Have you ever found yourself wondering if she's truly into you? Not just attracted, not just impressed by your confidence or your smile, but genuinely emotionally attached to you. It's that deeper connection, the kind that doesn't fade with time, that doesn't depend on text messages or attention or even physical closeness. It's something else, something quiet, something powerful. You know, it's funny. We live in a world where everyone talks about love, lust, attraction, but rarely do we stop to talk about emotional attachment. That feeling when someone lets their guard down, not because they have to, but because they want to. That invisible thread between two people that builds slowly, often silently, and yet becomes stronger than anything else. Tonight, we're diving into that. Not from a textbook, not from some cheesy list, but from the real stories, the real moments, and the real signals most men miss, because when a woman becomes emotionally attached to you, it's not always loud, it's not always obvious, but it is very real. Let me tell you something I once heard from an old friend, someone who's been through the highs and lows of relationships. He said, "You don't really know what it means for someone to be connected to you until they choose to stay on your worst day." That stuck with me. See, emotional attachment isn't about romance, it's about presence. It's about feeling safe, feeling understood, and, maybe most importantly, feeling seen. And when a woman starts forming that attachment to you, you begin to notice subtle changes. Changes in how she speaks, how she shows up, how she feels around you. Not the grand gestures, the small ones, the real ones. She starts to remember things you didn't even realize you said. You're talking about your childhood, something about your dog, or a stupid thing you did in high school, and a week later she brings it up. Not to tease you, but to remind you, I'm listening, I care. Or maybe she opens up about something she doesn't usually talk about. Not because she's trying to impress you, but because being around you makes her feel like she doesn't need to wear armor. She lets you see her, really see her. And look, this isn't about her always being available. This isn't about her dropping everything for you or acting obsessed. That's not emotional attachment, that's dependence. And those two are very different. Emotional attachment shows up in moments of stillness. When you're not doing anything special, you're just together. Maybe you're sitting on the couch, not even talking. Maybe you're in the car and she's just holding your hand, and she's at peace. No pressure, no performance, just presence. That's when you know something is building. I remember a moment with someone I cared about deeply. We were driving late at night, no destination, just the road and the stars and the sound of tires on asphalt. And out of nowhere, she said, "You feel like home." Not "I love you," not "I'm obsessed with you," just home. It was simple, but I'll never forget that. That's the power of emotional attachment. It isn't loud, but it's lasting. And here's the thing, it's not always easy for a woman to let herself feel that. Society has trained people to guard their emotions, to avoid vulnerability. So when she chooses to attach to you emotionally, it means you've done something most men never manage to do. You've made her feel safe. Not just safe from danger, but safe to be herself, safe to feel. She might start to mirror your emotions. When you're stressed, she notices. When you're happy, she lights up. It's not about being clingy, it's empathy. It's her emotional world beginning to align with yours. And sometimes it's about the silence. You ever have those moments where you're sitting in total quiet and it doesn't feel awkward? That's emotional connection. When silence isn't empty, it's full of trust, full of ease. That's rare, and it's precious. A lot of guys go looking for signs she's into them. They look for likes on Instagram, fast replies, flirting, compliments, but emotional attachment? That's not something you can fake. It's not something you can buy. It's something that happens over time, if you're paying attention. She might check in on you even when there's nothing wrong. Not out of suspicion, but out of genuine concern. She starts to factor you into her life. Not because she has to, but because she wants you there. Maybe she sends you a picture of her lunch because it reminded her of a joke you made last week. Maybe she tells you she saw something at a store and thought of you. These seem like little things, but they're not. They're pieces of her heart being quietly handed to you, one gesture at a time. She starts to get vulnerable, not in a dramatic, attention-seeking way, but in a real, honest, raw way. Maybe she talks about something that hurt her, something that shaped her, and you realize she doesn't share this with just anyone. She's letting you in. That door doesn't open easily, and if you walk through it with care, she'll walk beside you with trust. And you know what's beautiful? You don't need to do anything extraordinary to keep her. You just need to be present, be consistent, be kind. Because once a woman is emotionally attached, she doesn't want perfection. She wants you. But if you break that trust, if you take her openness for granted, it's not like physical attraction where she might overlook things. Emotional betrayal runs deeper. It lasts longer. So if you've got someone showing you these signs, showing you this kind of connection, don't run, don't doubt, don't let fear sabotage it. Lean in. Because these days, with so many people playing games, hiding behind filters, and pretending to be something they're not, emotional attachment is a treasure. It's rare. And when you have it, you don't chase anymore. You build. You grow. Together. If you're watching this and you think you might have someone in your life who's starting to feel this way about you, don't panic. Don't overthink. Just show up. Be present. Be real. She's not asking for perfect. She's just asking for you. Because when a woman becomes emotionally attached, she's not just falling for the version of you on your best day, she's accepting you on your worst one. And that's not just love. That's something deeper.